me show you how I cook these wings. Don't those look great? These are just have some dry rub that I put on them afterwards. You could do barbecue sauce. The recipe calls for barbecue sauce, and I'll make that available to everybody. But don't those look great? Let me show you how I make them. Okay, let me show you what we're having for our Sunday lunch today. I have in the crock pot, I don't know, I think it's about 22 chicken wings, okay? These were on sale here, actually $1.58 a pound, which is cheap. And so the packets each had 7. I think one had 8, but see, just like for these 7 here, I paid $2.24, and you can't beat that for wings because they can be so expensive. And so anyway, I have just layered them. I've sprayed my crock pot. I've layered them with and salt and pepper. Now, the recipe that I've had actually didn't call for salt and pepper, but I always think they need salt and pepper. Now, the only other thing that I'm going to do to them is I'm going to pour a can of Coca-Cola over them. And then they're going to cook. The recipe says 3 to 4 hours. You can put them in frozen. Of course, if you put them in frozen, then you're going to have that longer length. And so I'm probably going to put mine on at 9 o'clock on high and then let them cook till we get in. I have the one that has the timer on it, and so it'll cut off and just keep them warm. And so all we're going to do, and it's just a sizzling. Can y'all hear it? Now, the recipe calls for a cup of barbecue sauce, and that's really at your discretion. I have some that like the heavy barbecue sauce. Most of my family doesn't, and some of my family is just going to want me to put these, because we're going to take them out and we're going to put them on a cookie sheet, and we're going to put them under the broiler for a little bit to kind of dry them out. And then that's when you can either put barbecue sauce on them or put you some type of dry rub sprinkle on there. I've got some different ones like Sweet and Fire and things like that. And we're just going to dry them out under the broiler. And so you can use as much barbecue sauce, none at all. So the recipe, like I said, calls for a cup of it. And so that's all it is. See how we're looking? Just got that Coke in there, and I'm going to take a fork and move them down there in a little bit more so that the Coke comes around up on them. And we're just going to put them in, and we're just going to see how good they're going to be.